Hey, good evening, everybody. Good evening. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Tuesday evening? Hope everybody had a good day at work today. If you were off, I hope you enjoyed your day off. Hope everybody had a positive day. The only way to get positive results is to be positive, think positive, do positive. That's how we get positive results. We also pass off positive energy to other folks that may need it, that we don't know that needs it. One slight nice comment or anything to uplift them, make them laugh, stuff like that. Sometimes that right there is all they needed, to help them through the day or the week or the month, depending on what they have going on. You know what I mean? So always remember to think positive, be positive, do positive, get positive results, and also pass off positive energy to other folks. Like I said, we don't know what anybody's going through, and sometimes our positive energy will help them through. All right, so I wanted to bring everybody attention to this video. I was actually asked to do this out of the FEOA group. Didn't even think about doing a video on this, but it was a good idea to do it, and I have been asked to do it by at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 people in the FEOA group. So here we are. So today's topic is going to be a headliner for 91 through 96 Ford Escort GT or LX. So this is the old headliner out of Casey Jones that I've taken out so I can recover it. Okay, so let me get into the reason why headliners come apart. All right, so this right here is the old foam off of the old fabric. So over time, man, hot, cold, especially in really hot climates, once the fabric and this foam actually get dry and dry rot, what happens is the fabric will separate from the foam, and it leaves you, this is what you're left with after the fabric comes off. You're left with the foam. Now, do you want to try to put new fabric, do you want to try to glue your, just a piece of fabric onto this old foam? The answer is no, because when you try to glue it back down, guess what? The glue is going to bleed through that fabric. So your adhesive is actually underneath this foam. That's where I've been scraping in and starting to take the old foam off. But yeah, your adhesive is going to be underneath this foam, and that's why you have to scrape it off. Then you're left with the little board here. So this board is made out of fiberglass. This is a fiberglass board, I believe. I want to say it is fiberglass. Is it? I think it is fiberglass. If I'm not, somebody correct me, but I want to say this board is made out of fiberglass. You don't want to try to just take a piece of fabric and glue it back down, because you definitely don't want to glue it back down, because what'll happen is it'll actually bleed through the fabric and it'll really look like crap. So you want to just basically take and scrape all this foam off before you lay down another piece of fabric, because the headliner fabrics that you buy already have a foam on the back side of it. So that's what the adhesive mends to. So once the adhesive amends to the foam, and of course it holds the foam to the board, to the backing board, to the headliner board. And then of course you have the nice fabric, above your head, stuff like that. So above your head, in the ceiling on the headliner. How about that? So, but yeah, I want to say this board is made out of fiberglass. Like I said, if I'm wrong, somebody correct me. I'm not perfect. I was asked to do this video, so I'm doing this for people that want to start doing their own headliners, or they can't find a headliner in the junkyard that's in good shape. I think I've had luck a few times finding good headliners, but of course they weren't OEM. Somebody had recovered them, and I got lucky. To be honest with you, I actually found a headliner in the junkyard for Tough, which is Jasmine's gold titanium metallic Escort. I found one in the junkyard for that one, and that was in really good shape, and I ended up just swapping it out. But I used to do my own interior and stuff back in the day. Like, I had a Geo Metro, man, and I had my headliner was done in upholstery like carpet, like a smooth carpet. And I actually had almost like it looked like a 3D dimensional Geo symbol that was on the headliner, but it like stepped down from the headliner, so it kind of looked like 3D dimensional. Pretty cool looking. And it was like really, really big. It was cool as hell, man. I wish I had a picture of it so I could show y'all what it looked like. But you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm like a die-hard quote unquote interior guy. Like I'm the best interior guy. No, I'm good enough to do my own stuff. How about that? I'll be open and honest. I'm good enough to do my own stuff. So yeah, man. So yeah, when you wanting to recover, you know, this is basically for, like I said, people that want to learn how to redo their headliner, and you know, they can't find a decent one to just swap them out and replace it with a decent one out of the junkyard. You know, this is where you're going to be right here. So I will get started. So biggest thing, guys, you have to take this foam has got to come off, and as you can see, I've been scraping it in different spots just to see what different stuff will work good. You know, I was trying to use like a flat piece of metal. You know, that worked okay, you know, but it started, you know, I didn't want it to cut the board. So it started, you know, skimming the board a little bit, and I didn't want to do that. So then I tried like a scrub brush, like a nylon bristle brush. And I see people use nylon bristle brushes. I see them use, what are those? Steel wool, like steel bristle brush, stuff like that. So yeah, I think I got a sneeze. Hold on. Maybe not. Okay. So yeah, I see people using nylon bristle brushes, and then I see people using, you know, steel bristle brushes. But what I've come to realize that works the best for me is this angled scraper. The scraper's got a little bit of an angle on it, as you can see. See, it's got a small, like a little bit of an angle on it, and it's pitched up. You know, it's just like a little screwdriver handle, and it's just a little flat scraper. This is for like scraping gaskets and stuff like that. Notice it's got a tapered edge, you know, so you can scrape gaskets and stuff. And I'll be honest, this has been working the best for me. That's what I've been using. So basically, you just want to come in here like this, man, and just, you know, just knock that old foam off. You know, you got to do it like this because, you know, that old adhesive is still holding on to it. So, and be careful when you do this. You know, this is an old board, so you don't want to nick and gouge. You know, you can see right here, like some of them I've accidentally peeled up the freaking board. You know, trying to scrape it off, because sometimes, man, this stuff is very, very, this old adhesive is holding on pretty good. So you gotta, like I said, just kind of scrape it, you know, a little bit, scrape it good, you know, and the stuff will come off. You keep on, you know, doing like this with it, and eventually it'll come all the way off, you know, and then you'll have just your board left. So after you scrape it off, of course, I'm not going to do a whole entire video on me actually doing it, because I'd have to have somebody holding the camera while I was showing y'all, you know, working and showing y'all what I'm doing and stuff. So, but yeah, man, just to give you guys an idea. So yeah, you definitely got to scrape. You definitely got to scrape the old stuff off. And see that old foam? That's your old foam with your old adhesive still on it and stuff. And you just come over here just lightly, man. Just no hurry. Just come over here and knock it off like this. You know, and eventually it'll come up for you. And I mean, if you do nick it or something, just make sure you don't go too deep to where you can feel it on the back side of the headliner. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you can't feel it on the back side of the headliner. So, so yeah, just be careful when you're knocking that old foam off of here. And I just went in that same exact spot that I did earlier. But yeah, that's basically what you gotta do, man. You gotta scrape it off. And like I said, you can find you one of these nice angle scrapers. I think you can find them at Advanced Auto Parts, Napa, O'Reilly's may have them, AutoZone, stuff like that. will have these flat blade scrapers like this for, you know, this is basically like a gasket scraper. But I use this thing for a lot of stuff, believe it or not. And it works really good on this headliner too. So yeah, man. So just basically wanted to, you know, jump on real quick and show you guys the basics, just, you know, for recovering this headliner. So after you guys scrape off, after you scrape off all of the foam, old foam and stuff like that, clean it off real good, what you'll do is you're going to lay your new fabric across the board. Now, be sure when you order fabric, order it bigger than the headliner board. So this one I think measured out at like 60 by 44 or 46, something like that, maybe 48. I can't exactly remember. But yeah, man, you want to make sure that you have enough that the fabric that you buy is enough to cover this whole entire headliner board, and you want to have like anywhere from 2 to 3 inch overhang. That way, you know, you've got enough, and know when you go to put your new adhesive down, you know, you can put your new adhesive down and stuff and lay that new fabric in there, and then just go back later and trim out everything that needs to be trimmed out, like your dome light, your little hooks here for like your clothes hangers that's on the back side, you know, like in the back seat area. And then of course you're going to want to cut out for your sun visors, and those holes there, you know, you want to cut those holes out for your sun visor. Make sure you cut these out, you know what I'm saying. And then like when you get to, so this is the front of the headliner, so when you get here, you're going to take about an inch or so and roll it underneath the back. Don't just stop it right here and just have it even. Roll it over there. And as you can see, that's how it's done from the factory. They actually roll it over there. See that that line here? That's where I've been scraping some of that off too. But that's where the old headliner stopped, right here. So that's what you want to do with your new fabric. Make sure you wrap it over top of the edges on the front. And I don't know if this done on the back. No, they didn't do it on the back. They stopped even on the back. But damn, look at that. That whole piece is ready to come up. Look at that whole piece. That whole piece ready to come up. So yeah, man. So yeah, again, when you order your fabric, make sure you order it bigger than what your fabric. Make sure you order the fabric larger than what your headliner board is. So measure your headliner board, write down the measurements, and then go. I got mine from Amazon. Here's mine on the floor right here. I haven't unwrapped it yet. So this mine, I got that from Amazon. I think this is going to be, I think it's 60 inches wide by 74 inches long. And so like I said, the board is only 60 inches long and like 44 or 48 inches wide. I can't exactly remember what the width was. But hold on. Let me get a tape measure right now. We can actually solve that little issue. Give me a second. Hold on. All right, so let's take the widest. Okay, that's the widest area. Man, I was wrong all the way. So it's 43 inches. I'll turn the camera around so you can see it better. 43 inches wide. Well, no, not 43. I'm blind as hell. 42 and a half right there. So that's 42 and a half. All right, and then you come over here. That's going to be wide. And you come this way, and you are at, looks like about 59 inches long. So this headliner that I got here in the floor, this fabric is actually 74 inches long, about 60 inches wide. So I got plenty of fabric to cover this whole entire thing with some excess, which is good. So that's what you want to do. So a few things. When you pull your headliner out, put it on a decent table. I mean, this is one of the tables some of the guys made for me at an old job I was at when I was a safety manager. They made this table for me, and I've had it ever since. And it works for a lot of good stuff, man. I've done engines on this table, transmissions, like a lot of stuff. I do a lot of my content with this table, showing stuff and all that. So it's been a good table. But yeah, just find you a nice little table to set your headliner down on. Get yourself a good scraper, or you could do like a nylon bristle brush, a wire brush, just to knock off the old foam and clean it off good. So when you put your new headliner down, your new fabric, you know, it adheres and it sticks to the board really nice. That way you don't have no imperfections and this old foam still on there and you trying to glue that down. No, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work at all. All right, so I'll show you guys. So this is the headliner adhesive that I'm going to use on this. And there's the part number right there, 27828, item number. Yeah, 27828, and it's made by Permatex. Permatex makes some great stuff. So this is heavy duty automotive headliner adhesive right here. So yeah, Advance carries this. I got this from Advance Auto Parts. I was going to order it on Amazon. I seen it on Amazon. I was going to order it on there, but I wanted to kind of get this stuff here on time, so I have time enough to get this headliner done, so I can, you know, have it in the car for Ford Nationals. And this headliner, of course, is for Casey Jones, and that car is coming down to Ford Nationals this weekend. So I wanted to make sure that I had everything, you know, all the stuff done by then. So they had it in stock, so I went ahead and got it. I think I paid like $17 for this, either 17 or 27. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was one of those two. It was either $17 or $27, something like that. And yeah, Advance has it in stock. They had 2 cans of it there. So now I'm gonna say, hold on, scratch my eye. So not every Advance may have it in stock, but they can get it if they do not have it there. And like I said, there's the item number right there. So if anybody's wondering what the item number is, part number, there it is right there, 27828. So again, it's 27828 is what the part number is. If you want to get it online, you can get it online too. Yeah, and basically that's what you use. This is what I'm going to use, you know, to put the new headliner fabric down. Now, another trick to that, right? So when you put this on, when you put this stuff on, you don't want to spray the whole headliner and then lay it down. So the best way that I've researched, you know, to do this, you know, this was even back when I was doing headliners and shit, even now, you know what I'm saying? Because things have changed. Fabric has changed. Adhesive has changed. Materials have changed. Everything has changed. So the best way to do this is to basically lay your headliner on the headliner board, right? Lay your new fabric on the headliner board. You're going to peel up half of the headliner fabric, right? Peel up half of the headliner fabric, and then you're going to take this adhesive and you're going to spray it, you know, just halfway, just like this, right? You're going to spray that, and then you'll lay the half that you bent up, you'll lay that down and smooth that out so it'll, you know, so it'll start getting tacky, you know, on the new fabric. And then you'll come over to this side, same thing, and you'll peel up this side of the fabric and roll it back. And then you'll do the same thing. You'll spray it along here like this. Spray it along here like this. Like that. And then you lay that fabric down over top of that half that you just spray glue on as well. So that way, you know, you lay it down and you lay it down even. You're not trying to make sure it's good. You know, you spray the whole headliner down and then you got to make an adjustment. And you're like, oh damn, you know, it's already tacked down. Now it's going to look like crap because I did it all at one time. So make sure when you lay it down, that's why you want to put the fabric on first, because you want to make sure the fabric is actually overlapping the whole entire headliner and covering every spot that you needed to cover. So you can just go back and do trim out later. And also you want to make sure it's in the position that you want it to be in before you try to peel it back up, you know what I'm saying, and end up tearing something, ripping the new fabric or something like that, messing the board up, because this adhesive is pretty strong. So yeah, man. So and let me see here. Now they say give these headliners about 24 hours to cure before you reinstall it in the car. So yeah, so try to give the headliner at least 24 hours before you guys reinstall it in the car, and that way, you know, it's better safe than sorry. It'll be nice and tacked up, nice and tacky, or it'll be good. And that way you ain't got to worry about no imperfections or nothing like that, or screwing it up when you put it back in. I need to do a video also on how to remove these. A lot of people already know how to do it. Some people do not know how to do it. So I'll probably go back later on and do a video on how to remove the headliner out of the car. That way everybody has a general idea of how you take the headliner out. So basically, guys, I just want to get on and do this quick video for y'all. I didn't I didn't really want to do the whole headliner process, actually do it while I was on the video, because like I said, I would actually need somebody to hold the camera for me to show you guys, what I'm doing and stuff like that. I mean, I could have put it in the vise or something like that, but I'm pretty sure you guys got the concept and got the idea. If not, just hit me up, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and I'll be glad to reach out, guys, and message me on any of those, and I'll be glad to help you guys out with anything you need help with. A lot of people have been reaching out to me, and I appreciate y'all reaching out to me for advice. Really do appreciate it. I'm really glad to help you guys out and stuff like that, man. So basically just want to hop on real quick and show you guys just a basic method of how you put the new fabric down on your headliner board. This is for people that, want to learn how to redo their own headliner and that can't find a decent headliner in the junkyard or anything like that. So appreciate everybody, each and everybody coming on and watching this video. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, concerns, let me know, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you guys may have. If I don't have the answer, I can get it for you. And one more time, so make sure you guys get you a good scraper. Get you a good scraper to remove this old foam. Grab you some Permatex headliner adhesive, item number 27828. And this is, on Amazon. This is Amazon headliner fabric. I just basically typed in headliner fabric, and this is a gray color. So I think this might be a part number here. Let me see. Yeah, so I believe that's the name of it right there. Yeah, some Chinese name. I can't read that shit. Let me see. And there's a barcode there. I mean a QR code. There's a barcode. Can't really get in good so you guys can see that number. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But yeah, let me see. So so this is basically the headliner that I got from Amazon. I pulled it out earlier, a little bit of it. Let's see, I need two hands to do all that. So it's just basically a gray headliner. Let me see if I can. I don't know if that's the real actual part number to this thing or not. Let me see. Let's check this box. Box probably got it on there. I don't think this gonna have it either. Y'all. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna have it. Yeah, but let me see. I don't think I can get my camera to focus good enough to see all that. I don't know if y'all can read that, because it definitely looks on the camera. It's not focusing like I want it to. But it's definitely not focusing like I want it to. But it looks like it says X004 C0WLFX. And I don't even know if that's a legit part number, but y'all can try it. Again, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. So it's going to be X004 COWLFX. So basically, it's going to be X-ray 004 Charlie Orange William Larry Foxtrot X-ray. So you guys can try that out and see if that helps you. I guess that's the part number, but I got it from Amazon, but who knows? It might be a Temu part number. I have no idea. So I'm doing the best I can here, guys. Work with me. So yeah, man. So yeah, basically, that's basically how you do it. That's basically how you recover your headliner. Just make sure you got a good scraper, some good adhesive, the new fabric, and a good backboard. So, but yeah, I believe this is fiberglass. But like I said, guys, if it's not fiberglass, let me put in the comments if it's not fiberglass. I believe it is fiberglass though. Last time I checked, I thought it was. But so thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all. And guys, thank you for recommending me to do this video. I didn't even think about it. Didn't even dawn on me until you guys brought the idea up. So anything else that you guys can think of that you guys want to see videos on, or think it would be a good idea for me to do. If you see me doing something here in the shop and you're like, hey, can you do a video on that? Absolutely, sure. I will put something together. I'll try to do my best to do a video on all this stuff that I can. So, in the middle of building this car too and trying to get it ready for this weekend. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna hop off, and I appreciate everybody, watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Again, if anybody's got any questions, feel free to hit me up. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and feel free to reach out. Ask any questions you need. Ask any questions you have. I'll do my best to answer them for you. If I can't get the answer for you, if I don't have the answer, I can get it for you. All right, guys. Well, appreciate y'all watching, and catch y'all on the next one, man. Everybody have a great evening. Peace out.